what? Oh, I pressed the... I pressed the wrong button. I meant to press just the record button, but my wires totally got mixed up, and I pressed the record button and the play button at the same time. But let's not do that just yet. A few seconds. Pause for a moment. Relax. Breathe. Bring it all down. Let it expand. Welcome back, guys, to the channel. Thank you, as always, for being here in our music reactions, in our discoveries, in our educational experience today, which is going to involve Joni Mitchell continuing where we left off with her album Blue. We're going to move on to the next track, which is Little Green. A little green in your blue, a little blue and green. Miles Davis. Ooh, now that's a beautiful track. That's one of the most beautiful tracks I've heard, and I can say that without a doubt. Love that track. So let's go ahead and listen to this one. Let's go.
Born with the moon in Cancer, choose her a name she will answer to. Call her green, and the winters cannot fade her. Call her green for the children who've made her little green. Be a gypsy dancer. He went to California, hearing that everything's warmer there. So you write him a letter and say her eyes are blue. He sends you a poem and she's lost to you. Little green, he's a non-conformer, just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow, just a little green, like the nights when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow. Child with a child pretending, weary of lies you are sending home. So you sign all the papers in the family name. You're sad and you're sorry, but you're not ashamed. A little green, have a happy ending. Just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow, just a little green, like the nights when the northern lights perform. There'll be icicles and birthday clothes, and sometimes there'll be sorrow.
Joni Mitchell has a certain way about her of evoking emotion. And can I tell you, within, this is going to kind of break the fourth wall, within my headphones and the sounds that I hear this beautiful, beautiful song that puts me in a very specific place. And then as soon as I turn the volume back up, the song ends and I start talking. It's almost like I ruined it for myself in the sense that this is a track that, like, I would like to let the silence simmer. I would like to let the last waves, the last echoes of those notes fade into silence, give you a little thought, and then you then you really start to contemplate and accept, understand, and absorb it. It's like if you see a really good movie in a theater, and I'm talking like a thought-provoking, emotionally provoking movie in which it's an experience, and you leave the theater and you may not say a word to whoever you're with. People are walking out quiet because of what they just experienced on scene. Like, I'm thinking like of a dramatic, perhaps sad ending kind of film. And with this, we're getting to see Joni's perspective. She's able to allow us to feel things that maybe we haven't felt before. Experiences that maybe we haven't experienced before. And just because it's the first thing I thought of in my mind, I didn't want to go off into a tangent, but I guess it'll help in a sense. What I was talking about is that experience of moving like a movie theater, for example. I had that experience watching The Boy in the Striped Pajamas with two of my friends. And we left the theater with that ending, and we didn't talk until we got into the car, and we just exhaled and said, wow, what a powerful movie. And you have the same feeling here listening to Joni Mitchell, with very, very tender playing, very personal. As we've always mentioned before, listening to her on this channel, her singing is easy to listen to, and yet sometimes the subject matter may not be easy to listen to. What I'm getting the idea of listening to here is perhaps having a child with someone who has, in a sense, abandoned that child, abandoned the single partner, in this case a mother, being left to their own devices. There's some lines in here that are so strikingly brutal, but that is the reality that many face. Let's talk about this. Also, I forgot to mention, I love how color has such a part in the music. Not an overwhelming part, but here, Little Green. Of course, the album title, Blue. The last track, My Own Man, references of blue. It's in there. It's in there. I like that. Born with the moon in Cancer, choose her name, she will answer. Call her green and the winters cannot fade her. Call her green for the children who've made her. Little green, be a gypsy dancer. So green, growth, spring, life. She says, call her green, the winters cannot fade her. When you're green, the winters cannot come after you. You are green. You are life itself. Call her green for the children who've made her. A child has been born to a young couple, to the extent that maybe others will look at them as children having children. He went to California, hearing that everything's warmer there. So you write him a letter and say, her eyes are blue. He sends you a poem, and she's lost to you. Little green, he's a nonconformer. Just a little green, like the color when the spring is born. There'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. Just a little green, like the nights when the northern lights perform. So there's beauty being attributed, of course, to this child. Talking about birthday clothes. Let me back it up really quick to the line, he went to California, hearing that everything's warmer there. Just because she mentioned the season of winter before. This is the depth of her writing. The child is green in so many ways. She's attributing the name of green as well. Now, it says he went to California, hearing that everything's warmer there. Warmer, spring/summer, life, green, right? And yet he left that life, that green, away. Also, the phrase in this saying, it's greener on the other side, or things look, whatever the exact saying is, the other side looks greener, or whatever it is. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. He went in search of those greener pastures, but he left little green behind. It was always there. Child with a child, pretending. Wary of lies you are sending home. So you sign all the papers in the family name. You're sad and you're sorry, but you're not ashamed. Little green have a happy ending. So perhaps signing over, what's the word? Not necessarily guardianship, but signing over, I guess, parental rights to the parents kind of thing. And she says, you're sad. You say you're sad. You say you're sorry, but you're not ashamed to abandon your child like that. just little green like the color when the spring is born. And she once again mentions that. That is absolutely gorgeous. My heart feels like a glow with emotions listening to this, reading into the lyrics a little bit. There's just a lot to look into there, and the way that it's all presented, of course, so elegantly from Joni Mitchell, so beautifully, and with a lot of tender emotion and affection. That's gorgeous. Let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you as always for being here. Hope you enjoyed the music, and I will see you all later. Bye.